everyone present here on the very first day of the session. We are very fortunate to have Major Akhill Pratap today amongst us today. Major Akhill Pratap is a former Indian Army officer, a speaker, a columnist, author, and an entrepreneur. Educationally qualified from XLR at Jamshedpur and IIS WBM Calcutta, Major Akhill Pratap's creative endeavors are available on All India Radio, FM Rainbow, Akashvani, NDTV, and many other platforms. Today, Major Akhill Pratap is going to have an interactive session on life skills with the students of class 10 and 12. Sir, thank you very much for your gracious presence. We would now request the other sir to kindly present a token of our love and appreciation for our students. Sir, you may take the stage, please.
Am I audible at the end? Am I audible?
Yeah, children here. Are you all ready for the workshop or not?
Thank you, madam. How was it? The morning? This morning? Nice. Alright. Good morning, students, faculties, teachers, and respected Mr. Yadav, our master. And I take this opportunity to thank the principal, Mr. Trivedi, to call me over and over again for a session on the very first day when you begin your new session. Right. And I'll be seeing much more of you probably in the coming times. So we'll try to begin the new session on a lighter note. All right. So I have got I've got some feedback and reports from your teachers, senior teachers, and principal, right? About what exactly are you looking for? So I chose this topic. How many of you? I'll begin this with a question. Do we have a mic there or something? Can you keep this mic there so that you can take it around? Of course not. Don't use this for talking. Okay. How many of you have seen this, or heard of this phrase, Hakuna Matata? Hakuna Matata. It's an African proverb. How many? That's all. I can't see hands. Good. All right. Okay. What does it mean, by the way, if anybody can help? What does it mean? Yeah.
Hello. It means no worries.
It means no worries. And why have we chosen this no worries kind of a topic over here? When you people must be wondering, class 10th and 12th, ma'am, right? Okay, all of them, right? So you have boards next year, if I'm not wrong. All of you? Okay. So this is your year. This is one of the most crucial years of your life since the time you were born. Am I right? Right? Okay. And who amongst you does not think it as the most important year of your life till now? Can we have some hands? See, I used to love talking in my class, but when there was somebody, some idiot, who was called by my principal to take a talk, and I used to learn that he's going to make a difference in my life, I used to park my talk for 2 hours. Okay, how many of you feel this is not a most important year of your life? It's normal, chalta hai. Somebody there? You? Okay, can you give me a reason? This girl will have to do a lot of running today. Okay, because I've kept it interactive, so yeah.
Most important part is yet to come. A lot of my life is left. I can't.
Can you speak a bit loudly?
The most important part is yet to come. And a lot of my life is still left. I cannot name one way to be the most important year.
Okay, that's why.
But I'm only 17 and I've not even lived half my life.
Okay, but your thoughts are not of 17. You think ahead of your age. You as an individual. Okay, you people, you students, boys and girls, you are celebrities nowadays. From today onwards for next 1 year. I'll tell you why or how. But everybody, your family, your friends, can somebody switch off this light? Is there somebody who can help? Switch off this light over here. This light. Is this light visible now? Is this okay now? Is this fine? Okay, am I visible? I am too black. Okay, fair enough. So you people, you boys and girls are celebrating nowadays. I'll tell you why or how. Everybody is watching you. You know, celebrities. What are celebrities? Everybody watches you. अच्छा ये class 10 में आ गया. Well, good. All right. Okay. How is this result? Is it good? She is bad. Okay. Lot of pressure, peer pressure, friends, relatives, मोहल्ले वाले, society. Everybody is watching you. You are celebrities. And what does that startup do? What does that startup do when everybody focuses only on you? Everybody will ask the same question. You go and play Wali. हाँ बेटा boards कब है? You go for Diwali. बेटा तुम यहाँ पर पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे हो यहाँ पर? I used to get so cheesed off with these people. When I used to have my board, I used to say नहीं अंकल अच्छा लगता पढ़ाई नहीं करना. आपको पूछने का शौक है, आप मतलब पैदा हुए ही पूछने के लिए हैं. Irritating people, they will keep on telling you this entire year, you are celebrities now. What does startup do to people? It makes them nervous. It removes the idea of Hakuna Matata from them. At your age, you have a very limited world, right? What kind of world do you have? What is the world you are living in? Home, family, friends, home, and school. That's it. Extracurricular activities, maybe coaching, professional training, setup. Apart from that, somebody is coaching for golf, cricket academy, painting, music. That's extracurricular. Otherwise, that's a word that's very sorted out. Everybody is comfortable in English, by the way. Hindi or English? English. English is fine. Okay. Bangla, Samia, Punjabi, Marwadi, no? Alright, I also don't know those languages. Anyway. Alright. So, I have a question before we move on to the next slide. A very simple question. What do you want to become when you become adults? I just need 5 random replies. Any 5 of them. Beta, can you just take a mic to any 5 of those people you like? Yeah, there is one. Random replies. What do you want to become when you become adults? Boys, girls, I can't hear her.
Air Force pilot.
Air Force pilot, okay. What else? Engineers, doctors, businessmen, technocrats, bureaucrats.
Commercial pilot.
Commercial pilot, that's smart. Smarter actually. Okay, 2 girls.
Baker.
Sorry?
Baker. Baker.
Builder.
Baker.
Okay. 4. Yeah. He's a popular challenge team. A lot of claps and okay, and I must get to it more of him.
Person.
Sorry?
A good person.
Boy, can you come here? Can you come here? Come. Come. Join me. Anybody else? One more. What do you want to become later? Yeah.
I get to decide.
Runner, marathon runner, you have been doing this? Okay. What did he say? He wants to become a good person as an adult. What a beautiful thought. Just think over it. Just think over it. He doesn't have in mind he wants to become a bureaucrat. He may be a bureaucrat tomorrow, he may be a politician tomorrow, he may be an army officer, he may be like a respected pastor, he may be a professor, he may be an engineer. But what he exactly wants to become? He wants to become a good person in any profession he goes to. What I was looking for was this reply and one more reply because of which we are standing here in the slide. And that reply is, none of you replied back that I want to become a happy person when I become an adult. Just think over it. This is the kind of society we live in, right? मेरा बेटा इंजीनियर बनेगा, मेरा बेटा डॉक्टर बनेगा. क्या फुटबॉलर बनना है? पागल हो गए? इंडिया में फुटबॉल देखा है, क्रिकेटर बनो. This kind, right? Nobody thinks that all he wants in life is happiness, and that is exactly why we are standing here today, right? Now, think over this. This is your life. These are the only 4 things. I know there's some issue over here in the presentation because of which you can't see the emoticons. But there are a lot of emoticons over here. But this is more or less your life. Anything apart from this which makes your life? Anybody who thinks that apart from this, there are more to life in what you are leading today. Apart from extracurricular activities, you can add those also. You want to say something better? Any other area of engagement? No? So, bottom line is out of these 4 places, or these 4 kind of people, at the age of 16 to 18, you come to know about something called stress. Isn't it strange? Isn't it strange? Now we as adults, we have got much more than this in our lives, which may add to stress. Why are you people stressed? Okay, how many people are actually stressed? You know what is the meaning of stress, by the way? Stress is the absence of Hakuna Matata. It's just the opposite. It's the absence of it. And in India, let me give you a data which will help you if you listen to me. Okay. Out of a survey of 156 countries in the world, a United Nations survey says the happiness index of India is at 140. 140. We are the least happy people in this entire world of 156 countries. Can you just imagine that? Is some sound over here? Or is it over here? Okay. Are you with me? Same page? No? Yes? Now, stress, this actually, there's some issue over here, I don't know what. But this emoticons did not have a single emoticon of smiley. Because you get different kind of faces when these four kind of sectors or areas, friends, family, home and school, interact with you. Builds up stress, right? It's not that, because at your age, let me be very honest with you, at your age, I did not know that there is a word called stress in the dictionary. I was a very chilled out guy. I actually did not know. When somebody used to be serious, with a serious, oh, then a classmate, serious kind of friends you have, who will never smile in their life. They think that they're powerful because they don't smile. And they consider you to be a joker if you keep on smiling, laughing, cracking jokes. So they say, he is not to be taken seriously. Those kind of chaps are the ones who add to your stress. With me? Okay. See boys, I am not boys and girls, I'm sorry, I keep on telling boys, why? Because I come from a boys school. Some of you must have heard me in my last presentation over here. I think class 11 was there last year. Okay. Okay, can you take a mic that 6th row? Yeah. Go on. Yeah, behind that girl. Yes. No. The chap is hiding behind it. Yes. Okay. Madam, what did I say before this about stress? It is not about you. You know what? I am perfectly fine with what you are doing because I was exactly like you. The problem is, I used to not disturb the people who were interested in what nonsense was going on the stage. I used to catch whatever same guy like me. And we used to keep on blabbering, at the back bench or something. You were exactly in the middle. Not done. So I used to come in the front and you go to the back. But I like that shyness in you. That innocence is very important. No, I'm not embarrassing him. I'm just trying to ask, how many, who is the topper of English in class 10? Yeah. Who is the topper in English? Yeah? Okay, anybody can answer this. What is stress? Means tension, right? Tense is a verb. Present tense, past tense, future tense, right? So let the verbs be stressed out and become tense. You don't have to become tense. Okay? Why I am here with you over here is that in your most crucial year of your life, when you are going to face so many people, all these people named over here, will make your life miserable. Your parents, friends, relatives, everybody is watching you. Irrespective of the fact that you like studies or not, irrespective of the fact what is exactly 99% going to do for your life. Because people in their mind have the reality check as that numbers make life. What that student just told me, it's about happiness and about goodness, which is exactly going to stand with you all your life. Numbers come and go. That doesn't mean that you should not study. That doesn't mean you should not get your marks. I never passed in science in my entire life. I passed in science only in my boards because that was a compulsion. My principal and my parents had clearly told me, if you don't pass this time, we are going to ensure you don't sit again for the exams. So I told कि यार मुझे बाहर मोहन रिक्शे वाला है, वो बनने से अच्छा पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं. Because so I never passed in science except in class 10, where I passed in the first division in science, which was a very rare occasion, like a once in a blue moon kind for me. But I was a topper in English and Hindi all my life, in each and every class, in each and every test for the entire duration of my schooling life. I never stood second. You know why? You know why? You know why? You know why? Where is that young chap who was with me in my first bench in the last presentation? The man with the glass. He's not here? Okay. So he was my prompter, he used to answer all my questions. Because it was very simple, I had my priorities clear. See boys and boys and girls, I'll tell you something. I'm not here as a minister who has come here to give a gyan on elections, okay? I'm here to interact with you. It's not that you learn only from me, I learn from everybody. I learn even from my child who studies in class 3 in your own school. You know why? Because people, irrespective of their age, can be right anytime and you can be wrong anytime. It is our ego which stops us from not accepting the fact कि कल का बच्चा मुझे पढ़ा गया. Very common. घर में बोलते होंगे ना फादर मदर, तुम मत सिखाओ यार बच्चे को चुपचाप शांति से बैठे रहो यहाँ पर. Right? Very common. Very, very common. It brings a feeling of low self-esteem in an individual. When somebody tells you, so कुछ नहीं पता, चुप रहो यार. Parents have a problem, right? I'm also a parent. Parents have a problem. They think whatever they're doing, they are telling is right. It's not like that. It's not like that. Right? So, okay. Any other area where which can build up to stress? But any other area where build up to stress? Which I like your smile, but still. No, you can smile, you can laugh, but I am just asking you a question. Any other area which can build up to the stress? You are not stressed, I am very sure of that. But if you keep talking like this, I will get stressed. No? Okay, fair enough. What do you mean? What is the spelling of stress? S-T-R-E-S-S. So remove the S from the dress. What do you mean by dress? Dress is a lock of hair on your head. So remove the S from the dress. Because this S, if you remove the S from the dress which is below your dress, your head, your brains, things will be sorted out. Learn more, to smile more. The problem of today is that we are a very unhappy country. Now I was shocked to see that data when it came to me. We are 114 ranking of happiness across 156 countries in the world. 4 years back we were 134. 7 years back we were 126. And by the way, Pakistan is happier than us. Does it ring a bell? See, fun-loving activities or nature or character is not exactly happiness. Everybody or anybody can have fun at your expense. आप भी मजाक उड़ाते हो राइट, अपने दोस्तों का, पेरेंट्स का, अंकल आंटी का, टीचर्स का, राइट? नहीं उड़ाते तो फिर लाइफ जी नहीं रहे हो, तो सब अपने टीचर्स का बहुत मजाक उड़ाते हो. But in a positive way, right? We loved our teachers, okay? We loved our parents, we loved our families, but What I mean to say is that having fun at the cost of others is not happiness. It will add up to the stress. It will not take you anywhere. Okay, before we start, before we move on, I will go to the next slide, which is on your, out of this four, which one should we choose? Which one? Parents? Friends? Oh, okay. We'll choose something which is where we are sitting, okay? We'll choose this. This is exactly the place we are sitting, which is in the photograph, right? Why I have chosen school? I want to know from you students and for knowledge of each and everybody, are you happy with your school? You can be very frank in this. Don't worry about headmaster sir. My children also studying the same school, so you don't have to worry actually. Because, so everybody is happy in the school? Everybody. There's no negatives in the school. Everything is hunky-dory. Okay, great, fair enough. Now let me ask you something more. I want 5 points from any of you about the top 5 qualities which your school have because of which you love the school. Now, come on with it. See, I've trapped you. You love your school, right? So you tell me. Can we start with the same, can we start with the same student who is hiding behind quiet girls? Yeah. Tell me one quality that you love about your school. Don't feel shy. You have got a lot of okay. I have to move this side to see your face. Yeah, one quality. This side, and this side. I told you I am black, I'm not visible when the light is less.
Our teachers are very supportive to us.
Your teachers are very supportive. Okay, fair enough. Well, this is fine. Sir, this is fine. Okay, what next? 4 more qualities of your school. Why do you love your school? Then I will tell you why I am asking this question. This time, ma'am, I will not address. This time, ma'am, I will not address the students. I will interact with them. Last time, you remember, they were not interacting at all. Okay, let me some. Okay, if you people don't come up now, I will have to take the mic to you.
Sir, our friends.
Sorry, friends. Good. Second, but this answer is invalid. I'll tell you why. I am talking about school. The friend was the next section. Out of this whole line, you leave parents, friends, school, and home. I'm talking about the school. So, friend is a parcel of the school. They are a byproduct of the school. They are not exactly school. You become friends when you are in the same school, right? So, invalid answer, but I appreciate that answer. Okay. How about you? This is the whole idea behind this talk. You need to talk. You don't see any good quality in this school? Good, sir. Activities. Extracurricular activities. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. What next? Yeah, you were saying something, beta. He, number 3. Sorry?
We are not stressed enough in this.
You are not?
Stressed enough.
What? Loudly, beta, loudly.
Sir, we are not stressed.
You are not stressed in the school. Very good. Very important point. Very important. He's quite chilled out about the school. You're not stressed out at all. Very important. Because that to be very honest, I used to, a lot of my friends used to be very stressed out. Convent schools stress out children. They are good, but they definitely stress out children. There's no doubt about that. Number 4. And I will come back to number 5 over here. You choose which one you want to speak.
So it's about the experiences.
Experiences, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm asking for. Your experience about the school. something which makes you love the school, right? So you have basically given a summary of all those points, not a single point. Smart girl. Okay. Okay, how about that boy over there who is, yeah, that's true. Yeah. See, all talkative children are very popular. I am seeing, over here. Thank you so much for this. Fair enough. Yes, son. Have some fun. Tell me. Why do you love your school? School gives you a lot of time to talk, chat around, no studies. Yeah. No. You have to speak up because you are a talkative boy. Don't play musical chair over there, guys. See, if you lose that mic, you have to pay up. Your parents have to pay up for that. Yes. Somebody over there. Not the same person. No, not the same guy. You have come in the stage, right? Not the same guy again. Yeah.
We are free from our home.
Sorry?
We are free from our home.
You are free. Okay. The parents are the devils here. Okay, fair enough. How many of you know what is the age of this school? Or the age of DPS as a society, as a... Man, probably will have to...
That's 1998.
98. Fair enough, that is DPS Greater Noida. What is the age of DPS society?
54 years.
Sorry?
54 years.
DPS society turns 70 this year. If I am not wrong. The first school of DPS, Mathura Road, was founded in 1949, which is my father's age. DPS is the oldest institution, Indian institution of academics in this country. Are you aware of this? It's a matter of pride. You are studying in a school which is the oldest Indian school in this country, with over 200 branches across. And DPS Greater Noida is one of the 11 core schools of your DPS society out of those 200. So the focus on excellence will be higher than the rest of the 190 schools out there. Think over this. Very important. My school is 170 years old. It is still working. I am very proud of it. 170-year-old school. We had those walls like when you Dracula में दिखाते थे उस तरह के huge walls. If you go behind the pillar, you are not visible. Those kinds. Teachers used to be dressed as Mother Marys and fathers and brothers. We used to be very happy going back to the Victorian era. But think of it. DPS is the oldest Indian institution of your country. Your school is number 1 in DPS in Greater Noida, number 8 in ranking in Delhi NCR, and number 12 in ranking across the country. Good enough? These are the reasons why you love your school. I would love the school for that. What else? What else? Had anybody had this idea about what I'm telling? It's nothing new. It's all over there. Everybody knows about it. What else? Three. So let me tell you something about it. Let me take out some data for you. Okay. We have spoken about the data, right? We will speak about a very strange thing which you most may not have heard of. You know what is EWS category? Economically weaker section. Children from that category. Do you know DPS is one of those schools which takes good care of EWS children? Not every school does that. One of the biggest social welfare activities and law abiding which any school can do. And I am very proud of it. What next? I'll give you a very good reason of that. DPS is a non-AC, non-air conditioned school. I'll tell you why it is important. Your buses are non-AC, your classes are non-AC. It was the same with us at our time also. So you will say, at your time, 38 degrees used to be the temperature, today it is 45 degrees, we are burning like pizza. It's very hot out there. We are all, I'm Mexican pizza, I know I'm Chinese pizza, whatever you call it, I do eat pizza so. But I'll tell you what this will do to you. This will keep you stronger. You will be used to any kind of environment to work with across the country and abroad. You know what happens with the students who come in AC buses and study in AC buses? They grow used to that environment. They will never be able to work in a factory, for example. They will never be able to open their business, for example. They will never be able to be in sales, for example. Military is ruled out. Army, Air Force, Navy. Police ruled out. So 90% of the jobs or employment which you may get in the future are ruled out. Because you are so used to your AC environment in the buses and classes that you cannot work anywhere when you grow up because you are used to AC. Beta C, AC, not having AC doesn't mean that you will get wonky and start talking. It's normal heat over here. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah. Yes. 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 Alright, okay. What else? You get to get home food over here. Am I correct? Every one of you bring food from home for lunch or you eat over here. How many of you get food from home? Home cooked food, see, 90%. You know what is the value of that? No, you will not know the value of that today. You know the value of that 20 years later. You avoid junk food, which is the biggest killer of your generation today. You get home food, which you will remember your parents and your family, that attachment will always be there in your life. This is not a small point. This is one of the reasons which makes DPS Greater Noida a great school. And trust me on that, children who go in AC environment, AC classrooms, AC buses, canteen, food provided by the school, they are only suitable for one kind of job, which is corporate. The school is actually making you weak. They are not enabling you, they are not empowering you, they are not strengthening you, which the school is supposed to do. This was one of the reasons why I picked up DPS Greater Noida as a school for my children. My eldest son, who studies in class 3 in your own school, he got selected for St. Columbus, by the way. We were not in Delhi. We were requested by the principal to move to Delhi in the vicinity because of the rules in Delhi. He was selected in Amity, Noida, Lotus Valley, Shivnadal, a lot of other schools. This was one of the reasons why I chose DPS Greater Noida, because it doesn't give my child, it doesn't weaken my child. You don't realize it today, probably you realize 20 years later. Parents come and say, "Hey, bachcho ko garmi lag rahi hai, please provide AC buses." Let me be very honest with you, that is pampering which will spoil your child, which will spoil you people, not today, 20 years later, and you will realize the mistake you have done. So trust me on that. Okay? What is the next? Number 8. NCC, National Cadet Corps. Do you have any idea your Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi is an NCC cadet? Has been. Right? 90% by the way of the celebrities out there have undergone NCC, which make them disciplined. NCC doesn't mean you have to join the army or military, Air Force or Navy. NCC makes you a man, it makes you a woman, a whole package. NCC was another reason why your school is among the topmost schools in this country. What else? Okay, how about some negatives? Oh, by the way, are you aware that this DPS Greater Noida has one of the lowest fee structure across Delhi NCR, especially Greater Noida? In comparison to the facilities provided by the schools, there is a data behind this. Tell your parents or take out some time to read about that. People claim, I don't know why, that we have got a high fee structure. It is not that. It is one of the lowest fee structures by the way. Okay, now, to all those talkative boys and girls out there, give me some negative points about this school. Where you can have an area of improvement, where you see you can improve. Sir, बहुत पढ़ाई करवाते हैं, हमसे हो नहीं रही है. बहुत डांट पड़ती है. Not you again. No, we will not repeat students. Yeah, this girl over here. Come, beta. Come.
No girls cricket team.
Sorry?
No girls cricket team.
No.
Girls cricket team. In the school.
No girls cricket team. Okay. No girls cricket team. Okay, fair enough. No, even my school did not have a girls cricket team. Sorry, my school was only boys. Okay, what else? Just tell me one area of improvement where you feel can be. Yeah. Go ahead.
There's a lack of table tennis in the school.
Lack of?
Table tennis in the school.
Lack of table tennis. Okay. Okay. You know, DPS on this response, I'll tell you something. The perfect balance of academics, extracurricular activities and sports, what I have seen, and I go to many schools for talks, universities, colleges, including Banaras universities. The perfect combination of all these three, what I have found in DPS Greater Noida, I did not find in many schools. I'll be very honest with you. Convents do not give any emphasis on sports, only academics. Extracurricular if you want, fair enough. If you don't want, they are not interested. DPS Greater Noida rooms you in 360 degrees to give you everything you want to. But fair enough. Table tennis and women's cricket team is one thing which is taken, but it's not major, let me tell you. You know, one of the most balanced composition of students you have in the school today, it is not localized. DPS Greater Noida is not a localized school. There are many schools, the top schools in this Greater Noida, which are all localized. You know, they have 80% of the local population over here, which doesn't allow the school to have chance of getting the outsiders in the school. Today, the composition you have all category of children from each class of society, which you will not regret today. You will love it after 20 years. I personally had a Chinese, a Britisher, a Nepalese, a Bangladeshi, a Pakistani, and an Indian in my class. We are still good friends today, by the way. And incidentally, that Pakistani who was in my class had gone on to become a colonel in Pakistan Army. Sometimes, you know, we call each other and I tell him कि एनिवर्सरी का मैं शादी की, बच्चे की बर्थडे यार आने वाली है. मैं अगर देखना ना उससे पहले अभिनंदन नहीं पहुंचे तुम्हारे पास. We keep on chatting. He's still a serving officer. We were equals. I left early. He is still continuing. He's a full colonel now. The kind of learning which I had in that school, with the students, is unmatchable. And this is exactly what you're going to have with the composition. Okay, no negative points. We'll go ahead with the school. The school is perfect. Nothing, no improvement required. Yes. Next question is on you, madam. Yeah.
So we need to have a better image.
You need to have a better
Image. Like,
image.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, a bit security and like it being a poet.
I get your point. But tell me something. I'll tell you something. The Hindi students, they must have heard about a phrase called "झूठ के पाँव नहीं होते." अब फाइट कैसी भी उल्टी टाइम की बोल सकती है. The whole Indian politics which you see on ground is all about that. You think the Honorable Prime Minister or before him, Dr. Manmohan Singh or anybody for that matter, has done so much for the country that they boast on the television. part of marketing. You know, things are not exactly as what happened over there, right? So let me tell you something, Beta, on your question about the image management. Let me tell you, DPS Greater Noida and DPS in general is one of the best schools in this country with an image which you cannot even think of. But you know what happens? I'll tell you what happens. Everything beautiful. It is not me, but Lord Tennyson told once. Everything beautiful will be damaged. अच्छी सूरत भी क्या बुरी शय है जिसने डाली बुरी नजर डाली. Have you heard of it? If you are good, people will get after you. That is the nature of life. Remember this. So if you are being targeted or you think that image has been damaged or been compromised on, then let me tell you, you are doing good. That's why people are after you. Get my point? Get my point, Peter? Can somebody tell me something about, I will not take, how is the discipline in the school? I find people, children quite disciplined. I am pretty good, I am very happy with the kind of discipline DPS has over the children, except when you are talking now. How about your principal? Ask, go take that mic to that gang of 5. Yeah? There are 3 children all sitting together with glasses. 4 rather. So seems to be very, very studious, but actually they are all talking. So I don't know how do you talk with the glasses on. Oh sorry, you talk with the phone, sorry. Yeah, beta. You know the principal? Yeah, you? Yeah. Have you met her? Any time in your life?
Yes, sir.
Good. So anything about the principal?
No, sir.
No? Nothing? See, I'll tell you something. She has a zero tolerance for a lot of nonsense across. The principal who has a zero tolerance for a lot of nonsense which is happening outside is a good principal. I'll tell you one negative about DPS Greater Noida. I cannot take my children to Mughal Gardens. The President of India is quite angry with me because you yourself have a Mughal Garden over here in DPS Greater Noida. It's one negative point about DPS Greater Noida. Okay, zero tolerance about any kind of nonsense, which is an extremely high sign of exemplary excellence. Okay, both my children study in the same school. So I am telling you as a parent, as a professional speaker, as a storyteller, as a media professional who works for TA television, newspapers, All India Radio, and I've seen a lot of world, apart from army and civil, both. Your school is sorted out. You should be proud to study the school. And why I have taken you to the school today before this stress is that out of those 3-4 factors, I have removed the school from there. What leaves is friends, family and home. Now don't tell me that the stress comes out of only these 3 things. बेटा इसीलिए कहते हैं आप स्कूल से एक दिन पहले जल्दी सोया करते हैं. 10 or 12 students over here are yawning. Why? Because either they have not slept at the right time yesterday, or either my talk is quite boring. We'll see how it goes. What is next? Okay, this was previous to this. Okay, yeah. Have you heard of this? How many of you have read this book? Hand please. Yeah. You have read this book? You have any idea how old is this book? Sorry? 160 years, yeah. It was published in 1860. The Great Expectation. Why I am talking about this book today? I did not like Charles Dickens, by the way. No? I did not stand him. I used to love, I was on the side of Shakespeare. This book, when it was released, was a complete failure. It was rejected outrightly. So the great expectation of Charles Dickens to become a best-selling author failed. Led to stress. The first reason of the stress or the daily tense environment which we all go through is, the first reason of stress and the biggest of all is expectations. So can you do anything about it? Can you do anything about it? Can you tell your father and your mother not to worry about you? Can you tell them not to think of the results of your boards? Can you tell your friends, "Chinta mat kar yaar, mera fracture हुआ ठीक हो जाएगा, don't worry." Everybody has expectations, right? You know, expectation is the root of life. You start expecting the moment a man and a woman get married. The first thing which happens is that they expect a child. Then they expect from the child. Then the child expects from them. Right? And then you reach this stage where they keep on expecting from you and you keep on expecting from them. Expectations never end. The great expectation never end. One of the biggest causes of stress is expectation. Can you do without about it? You cannot do without expectation. You will keep on expecting things in life. Teachers will expect good results from you. You will expect teachers to be kind. The school will expect the children to be disciplined. The children will expect school to have, like the girls said, table tennis facilities. Girls cricket team. So the expectation will never end. But Charles Dickens completely went bankrupt when this book was released. His 13th novel failed miserably. And 160 years after that, till today, there has been more than 30 movie and television adaptation of this book and more than 1,000 reprints and republishing of this book. It is a huge success. So the great expectation of Charles Dickens, I believe, came true, but only after his death. His expectation did not match. He died of stress, resulting in multi-organ failure. My point is not about the book. My point is expectation lead to stress. But can you not expect? Do you think you will not expect good results from your board exams? Yeah.
I would.
Everybody expects a good result in your board exams. How many of you don't expect good results? God, very honest. Ask him why. He doesn't expect good result from his board exams. Yeah.
I don't expect any results so that I can be happy even if I get less marks or not so good marks.
Okay, can you explain that?
Less expectations leads to greater happiness.
No, but how will you be happy if you don't get good marks? I mean to say you have to.
For example, I expect 65% and I get 70. Others expect like 90% or 95% and then they get less marks.
Okay, let me decipher this. You mean to say you are happy prepared only for 65%?
No sir, I want to say that I expect less. So if I get...
You mean to say you don't have expectation? I have studied this much, if I get this much, I am fair enough, I am good, I am happy with that, right? I don't have expectation of high marks, right? This is what you are saying? Okay. Beta, what subject do you like? One subject which you love. It's a very interesting point he has raised over here.
Hindi and maths.
Sorry?
Hindi and maths.
Hindi and maths. What is the highest mark you got in Hindi last year? Yeah. You love Hindi, right? 65.
I didn't expect that too.
Sorry?
65. 65.
No, 5. Okay, maths?
That was 75 where I got.
Okay. So if you love this subject, how did you get less marks in this? You get my point. What I'm trying to tell you. If you love something, you always score higher than that. It's It's a very simple theory.
I love to study but not forgetting.
20 years back, not 20 years back, probably 25 years back, I scored 98% in Hindi in ICSE. In the board exams, I was a topper of ICSE across the country. I loved Hindi. That's the only reason. Science I never passed. In the board exams, I got 60% in science. I was very happy. That was the only time I passed in science. But I loved Hindi. English, I got 97%. But I was beaten by some other better students who got 9. And let me tell you, 25 years back, ICSE board, 97% in English is not a joke. We were called by the best schools of Delhi, but of course I was not in Delhi, so I never joined Delhi. But I was called by the best school. Finally, I joined St. Xavier's, Calcutta. Yeah. But I want to understand from you, how come if you love Hindi, you get 65?
Sir, you expected, sir, you got 60% in science, right? So you never expected that. So that's why.
Just a moment.
So you said that
You are diverting from the topic.
No, sir.
You said you love
Sir,
Hindi.
my first point was that I expect less. Sir, my first point was that I expect less from myself. And you say just think about it that you
Are you in debates in the school? Extracurricular activity? Do you take participate in debates in education?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that. Now I know that.
Sir, you told me that you got 60% marks in science and you were very happy. Sir, for example, if I expect my student should get 75% or 80% marks in science, and at that time, if I get 60%, I would be very sad. But you never expected from yourself that you would get a good marks. And when you get 60%, you are very happy.
You are a leader of men.
That was the first point I wanted to say.
Okay. So this boy here, I'll tell you, will go to become a leader of men. I'll tell you why. Note my word. He can confuse people and get his job done. It is one of the biggest traits of a leader who can confuse you and get his job done. Exactly what he is doing. But he has not been able to prove his point. His point was he loved Hindi, but he could not answer why he scored less. Because if you love something, you will automatically be scoring higher. Not about marks, it's about the performance overall. I never loved science, so 60 for me was like a distinction. But in Hindi, had I got below 98 or had I not been a topper, I would have been very disappointed. Because Hindi was at the back of my hand. I did not study Hindi seriously at all in my entire life. Probably I was born with a love for the language, Hindi or English, and Urdu also probably, but Urdu was never there in ICSE. Yes.
I would say that despite the fact that you love subject, it's not necessary to actually get good marks because it's not very hard to do.
Okay.
And what's actually a complete
I'll take this. I'll take this logic. Fair enough. I'll take this logic. But do you think if you love something, you will still not score good in that or not perform well because of external environment? Do you want to blame the entire world for whatever happens with you? This is very important question for the generation of today. Do you want to blame everybody for what happens with you? Sorry?
You can blame whoever you want, but it will just turn out to be you having a reactive nature. From how I see this, I love economics, but I did not score. I love economics, but I did not score so well in economics. And I know that is because I didn't put enough effort.
Yeah, so the locus of standing over here, the point which you are trying to make is that since you did not focus on that, but you love it, right? His point was different. What he was trying to say is that I am happy with whatever I am getting, but I love it. I was what trying to say is that if you love something, you have a high propensity to excel in that, irrespective of what you do. But the external factors may not be responsible for your misery always. Issues begin with I, not we or you. It will become, issues will become issues. Issues means problems. Issues begin with I. I is me as an individual, not you. If you look at yourself, 90% of issues will get resolved. You don't require rocket science in this. Problem is that we don't look at ourselves. We keep on pointing to the world. Parents ने ये किया इसकी वजह से नहीं हो पाया. वो friend ने बहुत तंग किया था इसकी वजह से मैं कर नहीं पाया. You know, the CBSE was very tough. Paper was tough. The AC was not working. I could not study. I could not focus. IBM चल रहा था यार. मैं कैसे पढ़ाई करता? We keep on blaming the entire world for our misery. That is exactly the point of our misery, right? But if you open your mouth, थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा खोल दोगे ना और probably we can actually have a table tennis ground in your mouth, you know. So yawning is good, but then if you want to yawn, have a sip of water or try to go and stand over there so that you can listen. You know, it's good for you. It's good for you, trust me. Yes, it's quite an interesting interactive session. Go ahead. She wants to say something.
So you said that we love a subject and we have, that means we get good marks. But when we love a subject, in that subject we become overconfident because we love that subject.
Right.
That's why we don't get good marks.
Right.
It's not always necessary that the subject we love. Like I hate Hindi, but I got 75, which is like I got full, something like that. But I got 75 in Hindi last year, 9 out of 80.
The point is overconfidence, right?
Yes, the point is that loving a subject is not enough. To get good marks in a subject, you have to work hard, even though you love it.
Alright, I'll take this. Logically, fair enough. That's fair enough. Alright, now, see, about this great expectation, the moral of the story which I was trying to tell you about Charles Dickens was, he accepted which he could not change. He accepted the failure of his novel. But he did not, he tried to change what he could not accept, which was his 14th novel. He really worked hard on that and he made it a bestseller. But unfortunately he died before this novel was a best-selling novel and was adapted across. My point is that the resolution to the expectation of anything in your life lies in the fact that you need to accept what you cannot change and change what you cannot accept. Better said than done, right? I understand. But have you tried it? Have you tried to do that? Have you tried to change something which you could not accept? Because the example of table tennis which you gave me, or the women cricket team, have you ever tried, or your parents have tried to put this point across in the PTM or to the authorities in the school? You did? What happened? Sorry? Mike. Yeah.
So they made the team, and I think some girls also joined. Even I also joined, but it didn't happen. The practice only happened for 2-3 days, and then
That's a separate matter. But it did happen, right?
it didn't happen.
So you tried to change what you could not accept, right? That's exactly how you can break the stress which comes out of expectations. Stress comes from expectation when you do not try to change what you want to change. You getting my point? Are you with me? Because I am not with you. Because I am getting distracted. What about the table tennis girl? Boy, yeah. Yeah, you said something about the table tennis. What happened? Did you take it forward with authorities? Sorry?
So one time they wanted it that it was once that they called us for table tennis, but at end it turned out to be tennis.
What?
Once that they called us that it was table tennis, but it turned out to be tennis. That was not table tennis.
But how can you turn table tennis into tennis? You have these qualities of confusing people. No?
Sir, that was the fault. That was tennis at first, but they by chance wrote it table tennis, but not tennis.
Did you get it? No, I am a bit dumb. I take time to process things. I may not have got it. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. How many of you are villages over here? Gaon wala? Yeah, all are urban population. How many of you are typical villages who come from village background, rural background? Nobody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why are you so ashamed to pick your hand up? Yeah. I am a villager by the way. I was brought up in a village. So there was a small little beautiful village with a huge river. And I used to take around 2 hours to get to my school. Why I am telling you this? What is the context of the village and an expectation from a school and your life? You live in a village or city, how does it matter? I studied in the best schools and colleges in my life. Why am I telling you this story? You know what happened there once? In the village there are a lot of animals and birds you grow up with. So I used to observe things. We used to study below the tree also. It's not a filmy story by the way. I still have some photographs to prove that point. We used to study below the tree and I remember I used to see animals and as a curious student I asked my granny, my nani, my grandmother once, why does this bloody mouse does this fine? Why does that bird is not sad when she loses her child? The eggs get broken. My granny told me, I keep on teaching you about the teachings of Lord Krishna, which is in Gita. You never learned that, but these animals and birds learned that. What was that? To have a balance of emotions using the best of times and the worst of times. Not get carried away. Right? So she taught me a song. She took me to a movie called Hum Dono. 1961, Devan. Quite an old movie. Devan, my Nanaji was a big fan of Devan by the way. And that movie taught me a song which was "Zindagi ka saath nibhata chala gaya, aur fir ko dhumai mein udata chala gaya." The crux of that song carried me all my life because the bottom line of that song was that, come what may, whatever happens to you in your life, if you do not budge with your stand, with the negativity and the positivity of your life, you will never have any kind of stress from the expectations. The animals don't smile, the birds don't cry. Humans smile, we cry. Are you getting my point? What do the expectations do? The expectations you also have from your parents and from your teachers, by the way. Let me tell you, I'm not talking from their perspective only. Alright? So, can somebody tell me about the main character of the story? He had a very peculiar quality in him which set him out as one of the best heroes of his times. It is very important because he was of your age. Are you not listening enough or you have not read the book? Let me move on. How many of you have seen this movie? This movie will complete 10 years this year. Why did you love this movie? Anybody? Anybody? average 34%, 37% scoring salesman become the businessman of the year. He went on to pick up a job of a normal salesman to learn from the environment, to work there at a piddling meal, went on to become the businessman of the year. That was a moral of the story. How did it happen was the crux of the story. What was so different about him which was not there in anybody else? If you have seen this movie carefully. Anybody? So many people have seen this movie, right? So many of you did not derive any lesson from it. By the way, this movie also failed. It was a flop. It was a huge flop. The movie failed. The director stopped making movies. Ranbir Kapoor went into hibernation, depressed. But the lesson of the movie is still there. What is the reason number 2 of stress for you people? Competition. Very strange, very surprising to hear. Very surprising. Competition. How can there be a stress? It is a stress because you are not competing with yourself. You are competing with the world. The world is beyond your control. You are your only competition. That is the moral of this movie. You are not the competition of your friends. The friends are not your competition. Did I make my point? Did I make my point? No? Next to you. Did I make my point? Yeah. No, behind that. Yeah. Yeah. No, you.
भेजू मैं किसी
बेटा यहाँ से मैंने बहुत किया है।
अन्य भेजू किसी बेचारी थक गई होगी।
Let me make my point. What was my point? What was my point? See, boys and girls, if you are not with me, we should actually wrap up. You know, there is no point about this, and I will not feel bad about it. Frankly speaking, you know why? Because if you can even carry 10% of what I am trying to discuss with you today, your life may get sorted out. You never know what impacts at what given point of time in your life anyway. I have not forgotten my vice principal till date, though it has been 25 years since I left school, because he left me with a very important lesson of my life. Yes. I hope you were not sleeping when I asked you this question, because I saw your hand, head hang down for a long time. So I probably thought you were either on your mobile or you have dozed off. Sorry? Loud. I am confused. No, I know I am not that intelligent. I am a dumb, but I am still very confused. You need to help me to understand that. Because there is no harm in telling sir I did not listen to you. You will learn that way. I used to tell my teachers, ma'am, Sonali, I have come to this time. I used to get one slap, I used to learn, move on. I used to never say I did not learn, I never harp on the point that I listened to you. If you have not listened, it's fine, no problem at all. But don't get the wrong thing, half knowledge is a dangerous thing. Did you listen to me when I said about this? What was the special thing about the movie? Good, honest now. You are your own competition. This is the moral of this movie. You are not in competition. Today, 50% of the time you spend thinking about your friends, of what they are doing, how much are they studying, how much are they scoring, how can you beat them, and where you can top them, right? You are not thinking of your own marks. You keep on thinking about your friends' marks. Am I correct? Correct me if I am wrong. I may be wrong. Is it right? This is exactly what you do. So basically, you are making an enemy out of your friend. Am I correct? You say you are friends, but you are competing against him. Why? Why do you have to compete against him? Can you stand up? Any two close buddies, bosom friends, bum chums, girls, boys, anybody? दाढ़ी दोस्ती बहुत गहरा याराना लगता है types. And now look at the interesting point. You all said you love friends and are able to get two friends who are close to each other in this group. Yeah, what about you? Your friend. Yeah, your friend. You only run, you don't have friends. Okay? What about you? What about you, Peter? Okay, the talkative cat. Yes, the talkative people always have friends. Yes. Why is he so shy? Okay. Yes, okay. Two girls over there. Best friends? Okay, fair enough. No, please stay there. Take the mic to them. Take the mic to them. Fair enough. Good friends. Let's just take the mic to them. I'll ask a very simple question to you. Take the mic to them. Yeah. Can you be her?
No.
Right?
She's a different person, I'm a different person.
What is so good about her which you don't have?
She's 40.
She is?
40.
Okay. What else? What else? Okay. Change the mind. Yeah. Why can't you be her?
She's a topper.
She's a topper. Why can't you be a topper?
I think I am not hard enough and too much into sports.
Okay, you don't like practice?
No.
That's okay. Okay, so that is the reason you can't be her. Any other reason? How about the confidence? You both are confident? Equally? Both are the public speakers? You're not. Do you want to be?
No.
Do you want to be on TV? Do you want to be on TV? Television? No, why? What kind of sport do you play?
Tennis.
Tennis.
All kinds of sports.
Sorry?
All kinds of sports.
One sport which you excel in?
Tennis.
Tennis. Okay. If you join the Wimbledon and your match is broadcasted on TV, will you be happy or not?
I will be.
Will you look forward to your family and friends watching that match?
Yes.
Will you try to be on TV
Yes.
even if you lose?
Yes.
Right? Why? You're not a good speaker.
The purpose.
No, but why? You're not a good speaker. Even if you go on TV, you're not able to say anything to the interviewer. Then why? What's the point? You start giggling off, so you feel shy, you mumble with your words.
Not that I'm not a good speaker, but then it's just the lack of confidence, I guess.
No, I'm not clear. Why can't you be a good public speaker like her? Are you jealous of her?
No.
Right?
Because she's my friend.
Okay, so friends don't get jealous?
I don't think so.
Friends don't get jealous? Friends don't get jealous, boys and girls, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Your best friend will be the most jealous of you if you score high. Am I correct? No? Okay. Alright. Fair enough. What was the point which I was trying to make over here? About this movie. See, I'll give you an example. Anybody's, do you have children of army officers over here? Air Force, Army, Navy. Children, Army grads. Who are the children of army officers? Okay. Now what happens is that there is a service selection board which happens at the time when you join army. You are selected by a service selection board which is only 3 across the country. Okay, now when I went for my service selection board, plus again we had a batch of 158 candidates who were selected for interview of the Indian Army officer. It's a huge long process. It takes 2 weeks to complete the entire process and you get the result on the same day. It's the only process in India where you get the result on the same day. But it takes 2 weeks to evaluate psychological, physical, medical, whole lot of things. Now when I went there, I saw competitive boys, men, young men over there who actually made me nervous. Very competitive. तेरा हो जाएगा, मेरा नहीं होगा, मेरा हो जाएगा, तेरा नहीं होगा. You don't have this quality in you, you don't get selected. You are a general son, you get selected, you don't get selected. And all crap. No, actually, I am not a competitive guy. I'll give you a reason why. Because I always knew that what I need to have is a competition with myself. I need to compete with myself. Did I improve than what I did last year? Did I improve than what I did in the previous exam or sports or performance or assignment, whatever? Or did I deteriorate? Did I lose it? So I got fed up of this thing. Every day we used to have exams from 6 o'clock morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So every day at 2 o'clock I used to take the out pass and go out and roam around the city. Take that day, watch movies, roam around in parks, come back and go back to sleep after having my dinner. Now would you believe me if I tell you, out of 158 ka batch, there was only 5 who got selected and I was one of them. The rest of the 153 competitors of mine got shocked of their lives. They could not believe that I got selected. So when they asked me, okay, did you know that this chap will get selected? I said, no. Like, do you think? Why would he get selected? He's overweight. Like, how does it matter? It is not there in the prerequisites. Army will reduce your weight. It is not about prerequisites. The strength is here. It's not about in the body. Right? That's what the army looks for. Now there was a girl in our batch. It was a girl's batch also, the lady officers. She was a general's daughter. And her friend had come to visit her. The friend asked her, why do you want to join the army? She told, I want to join the army because it gives you a way of life. Interesting. I heard it, I was having a cup of coffee over there. I just heard, forgot about it. When there was a group discussion in which the interviewing officer asked me why do I want to join the army. Now I was completely blank. I did not know the reply. Probably I was hungry or thirsty or sleepy or whatever. I was confused. Whatever. So I suddenly remembered about that girl. So I told my interviewer, sir, army gives you a way of life. I got selected, she got rejected. Tragedy. But I was very honest. I went to her and told, ma'am, I am so and so, thank you so much. She told, what? Why? I don't know what you were telling me, your friend. I overheard and I went there and told I got selected. She told me, just get off from here before I give you a slap because I got rejected. What I learned at that particular point of time, you know what, is had I competed, I may have probably not made it. I just focused on myself. I did not do outside. वो जो महाभारत में दिखाता है ना, अर्जुन को क्या दिख रहा है, मछली की आँख दिख रही है और कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है, बाकी सब कुछ दिख रहा है. You know, that was the difference. Let me tell you, boys and girls, if you stop competing with your friends and your world, 50% of your problem will get sorted out. Competition is one of the biggest killers and the biggest stress creator in the world. Okay? We move on to some more. Okay. Okay. How many people love cricket over here? Everybody? Good. Can Virat Kohli become MS Dhoni? Can MS Dhoni become Virat Kohli? Why? Why? Same reason of what those two girls were talking about, right?
Because Virat Kohli is very aggressive and MS Dhoni is very cool.
Right. Can they become that?
No.
They both were captains. Can they exchange their personalities?
No.
Right. Right.
Because they are unique.
Basic temperamental difference, right? That is exactly why you cannot compete with anybody. So when you go to exams of your boards, never think that you are in competition with the entire world. Only think about yourself. Alright? Nothing else. Just ask me. Not everybody is wearing it, so I'm asking this question. Are you supposed to wear it today? Oh, okay. So about 90% of the children are defaulters? No? Alright. Fair enough. See, the morals of the story which reminds me is that you need to focus on your strengths. You know what is SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis. You have any idea about that? SWOT analysis, SWOT. S for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunities, P for threat. You must have never heard of it. But let me tell you, if you focus only on your strength and not your weakness, you will actually never be required to focus on your weakness ever again. This is exactly what this man did over here. He was good with people. We focused only on people. He was bad with numbers. He was bad with corruption. He was not a correct man. He was bad at telling lies. He did not know how to be cunning to the world or to his business associates. But he knew how to manage people. He was a very amiable kind of personality, rocket science. Right? What he did was exactly that. He just focused on the people and he came out with flying colors. That is the entire whole and soul of the story. You need to focus on your strengths. So today, if he tells me I am good at and I love Hindi and maths, if he tells me when you were talking to him, I was talking to you, so when you tell me you are good at Hindi or maths, if he focuses on that much more than his weaknesses, he has a higher probability to succeed. Are you with me? Are you with me? See, son, when I call you up, you don't come. Then you turn around and sit and look at the back side when I'm sitting here. So you don't like me. I like you. Why are you feeling shy? Come in. Come. Which class are you, Pratap? 10th. Which is your best friend over here? Hand out your pockets. Yeah. Which is your best friend over here? Oh. Okay. What did you learn from this story? Nothing. Movie nahi dekhi, so you did not learn anything. Okay. Fair enough. That is why I am here. Tell you about this. If you get a chance to watch this movie, do watch this. It may create a lot of difference in your life. Alright? So we'll move on from here to our next slide. Okay. This is one of my stories which got selected for Sainik Academy Awards. Sainik Academy, not exactly award, but Sainik Academy publication. And it was featured by All India Radio. And this story of mine is exactly of the same class where you people study today. Okay? If you have patience to listen to this, listen to this. Okay? It's not working. The audio is not working. Can anybody help? The audio is not working over here. Is there any technical person over here? Okay. There is nobody here. Ma'am, the audio is not working. We had told that the audio is working. There's the same problem which happened last time also. Is nobody here actually? No. Is there someone? Does anybody has an idea how to manage this? Over here? Yeah. Sir, they are fighting. Okay, I am going to teach you boys and girls. See, fighting is good, it keeps you healthy. Don't get into a scuffle. Okay. And this is, if it's taking time, I will skip this. Is it taking time? Always on? So why is it not working? Yeah. Should I? Hello? Volume काम नहीं कर रहा है, sound box काम नहीं कर रहा है. नहीं आपने कहा था साउंड बॉक्स आपने ऑन कर दिया तो प्रेजेंटेशन में जो साउंड है ऑडियो गेम का वो आएगा वो आ नहीं रहा है आप लोग देख सकते हैं नहीं लैपटॉप कनेक्टेड नहीं है प्रेजेंटेशन के अंदर है ऑडियो गेम प्रेजेंटेशन चल रही है ऑडियो गेम नहीं चल रहा है Same problem happened last time also. This time I asked him clearly because okay, I'll skip this and move forward. Fair enough. Boys, how many of you boys and girls have seen this movie? Bruce Almighty. Your will be done. How many of you? Did you like the movie? Did you like the movie? Did you like the movie? Right? What is the name of the movie? Yeah, I guess.
We cannot control everything, and everything in life is not in our hands. So we should be satisfied with what we have.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Right, she is right. Fair enough. What else? There's one takeaway from this movie, she's absolutely bang on. What else? Okay. Major right. Yes. Let's go. Yeah, चलो ठीक है fair enough. Alright, we can go do some writing in a short while. In the meanwhile, I'll take you one of my stories, okay? This story has been written by me, but it is not exactly my story. But this is based on a real life incident which happened in our school, in our class. Okay? And that happened with the children who were in class 10. Okay? Now if you understand this, I don't know if you'll be able to exactly understand the whole and soul of it, because it may go beyond your understanding of the level where you are right now. It is highly academic in nature. More of probably your teachers will be able to understand get better than you people. But listen to it. Give it 5 minutes. Doesn't make sense. We'll move on. All right. And see what you take away from this.
3 रोज पहले स्कूल से बुलावा आया था। ईस्टर की छुट्टियों से 3 रोज पहले क्लास में कदम रखा तो तुम्हारी नमक कर गई। जैसे उस रोज तुम्हारे हाथों से सादा फूल गिर पड़ा था क्लास में कदम रखते हुए। तुम्हारा सादा दुपट्टा उसके हिस्सों को समेटने में किवाड़ से उलझ कर चल गया था। वो किवाड़ अब भी चलता है। उस बेंच पर अभी उतनी धूल जमी पड़ी है जैसे हमारे रिश्ते में मैं सफा करके बैठ गया। पास की खाली सी कुछ नहीं बोली, पहचानती थी मुझे शायद। क्लास का जायजा लिया तो चेहरा जगी था मेरी बेटी को छोड़कर। वो वैसे ही घबराई सकुचाई बैठी थी मुझे पकड़कर, जैसे तुम उस दिन आफ्टर क्लास बैठी थी। मैंने मुस्कुराकर उसे थपथपाया तो वो और सिमट गई। इन टीचरों का डर तुम्हारी तरह है, कभी दिल से नहीं जाता। वो झाड़ियां अपनी जगह खो चुकी हैं, खिड़कियां खुलती नहीं है क्लासों में आजकल, न पंखे होते हैं। सोचता हूं इन वातानुकूलित कक्षाओं में बच्चे पनपते कैसे होंगे। क्या कोई पौधा बंद कमरों में पेड़ बन सकता है? पता नहीं। उन खिड़कियों की रवानी और पंखे की जवानी में मैंने काफी पन्ने चुराए थे तुम्हारी केमिस्ट्री की किताब से। केमिस्ट्री तभी शुरू हुई थी हमारी। सुकून देती थी केमिस्ट्री, खिड़कियां और पंखे। बेटी की केमिस्ट्री टीचर से मिलने आया हूं। मेरी बेटी भी केमिस्ट्री में फेल हो गई है। स्कूलों में मेज और दराजें भी प्लास्टिक की होती हैं दिनों, जैसे निजाम। बच्चे तो आईना होते हैं जो देखते हैं सो देखते हैं। याद है तुमको उन लकड़ी की मेजों पर जो हम तबले बजाया करते थे अंताक्षरी खेलते वक्त? इस काल के बच्चे वो ताल नहीं बुझेंगे। कौन सा था वो गाना, मेरा वाला गाना जो अमूमन तुम्हारी और देखकर बोलना था तुम्हें? अक्सर तो लोग गालों में बहुत पड़ा करते थे जहां तेरे पैरों की कमाल गिरा करते थे। हाँ, यही गाना है। छोड़ाए हो गई कितने मतलब कुछ 15 साल के रहे होंगे जब हम कलकत्ते के पैराडाइज सिनेमा घर में वो माचिस देखी थी। 21 रुपए के टिकट थे रियल स्टॉल के। वो मुस्कुराहटे में दाएं कान का रास्ता लिए दिल में ऐसी हरारत पैदा करती थी जैसे कश्मीर के पैराडाइज में कहवा मिला दिया। काश प्लीज अब ये याद मत दिलाना कि इस घर आकर पापा ने मेरा रियल सुझा दिया था रियल स्टॉल के बदले। उसी की बदौलत मैं इतिहास में शायद पहला बच्चा रहा होगा जो खुद 4 दिन क्लास में खड़ा रहा। टीचर का पूछती रही, राना गली हंसती रही। तुम्हारी हंसी क्या अभी वैसी है? पता है अपने स्कूल के काफी चोचले हो चले हैं। कैंटीन, स्विमिंग पूल, वाटर डिस्पेंसर, जिम, फलाना फलाना, जैसे मॉल ने मंडियों का स्थान ले लिया। अपना समय लगता वैसा अपना जैसे तुम्हारा टिफिन खा के लगता था। जैसे बारिश में फुटबॉल ग्राउंड की कीचड़ में हम छपाके लगाते थे। जैसे हम चूल्हों में पानी मारते थे। जैसे उस पेड़ के तले बैठकर हम अपनी दुनिया बनाते थे। मेरी बेटी ने वो पेड़ देखा नहीं जिस पर तुम्हारा नाम खुदा था। उसी पेड़ को काटकर जिम बनाया गया। आधी वक्त में सुसाइड टकरा गई। वही अपनी प्यारी स्पोर्ट्स टीचर हिंदी पीरियड में हम पीटी की बजाय टीपी किया करते थे, मतलब टाइम पास। उनकी क्लास में कितने खिलौने बनाए थे मिट्टी के, कितनी मिट्टी डाली है दूसरे पे। चलो छोड़ो, मिट्टी डालो इन बातों पर।